Can you hear the rhythm of your own heartbeat right now? Or has it been completely drowned out by the frantic ringing of your alarm clock, the relentless pinging of work emails, and the invisible, heavy sigh of a long day ahead? Hello, my friend. Wherever you are in this exact moment, whether it is a high-pressure Monday morning or late at night when the rest of the world has already fallen asleep, I know there is an invisible exhaustion pulling heavily at your shoulders. Let's just stop for a moment, just for a little while. Before you rush into the whirlwind of unread messages, before the financial reports, the expectations of others, and your own restless thoughts begin demanding your attention, I invite you to stay with me in this quiet space. Take a deep breath in and exhale, very slowly. You know, sometimes the hardest thing isn't facing adversity. It is simply admitting that we are running on empty. Right now, your mind might already be racing toward upcoming meetings, an unfinished project, bills that need paying, or a fractured relationship you don't know how to mend. There is pain that no one sees. There are burdens no one knows about, and there are internal battles you quietly fight all alone behind closed doors. If your heart feels incredibly heavy right now, if you feel anxious, unsteady, or simply too tired of playing the role of someone who is always strong, I want you to know one thing. You are absolutely not alone in feeling that way. So many of us have stood at the starting line of a new day with weary legs and a storm raging in our minds. So many of us have looked down the long road ahead and wondered, how am I ever going to get through all of this? But my friend, there is immense power in the fact that you are right here in this moment. Instead of letting fear and the rush of life sweep you away, you have chosen to pause. You are choosing to face your uncertainty not with avoidance, but with stillness. You are allowing yourself to rest, even if just for a few short minutes, before stepping onto the battlefield. Life sometimes feels like trying to put together a complex puzzle in the dark. We exhaust ourselves trying to arrange everything with our own hands, trying to control every outcome, trying to untangle every knot with our limited human understanding. And eventually we break down. Today, in this small, safe space, I want to invite you to do something different. You don't have to brace yourself anymore. You don't have to pretend everything is fine. Let your defensive walls come down. Let the anxieties churning in your mind temporarily settle. You do not have to carry everything by yourself, and you certainly do not have to solve every single problem today. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, smooth the worry lines on your forehead, and step into a journey of letting go with me. We have just breathed together. We have lowered the heavy armor of our defenses. Now, let's look a little deeper inside, into the places where our fears silently take root. Do you ever wonder why we so often feel this level of sheer exhaustion? Many times, this profound fatigue doesn't come from the massive workload we have to process, nor from objective external troubles. It comes from a chronic illness of the mind, our desperate attachment to controlling everything. As human beings, we often carry an unspoken belief, and sometimes a quiet pride, that we must be the director of every single scene in our lives. We wake up each morning with a rigid script. We want to know exactly how today will unfold, what the outcome of this afternoon's meeting will be, how our bank account will fluctuate this month, and exactly how the people around us will behave. We use anxiety as an illusory tool to protect ourselves. We falsely believe that if we just worry enough, calculate deeply enough, and analyze every possible worst-case scenario, the bad things won't happen. We get stuck in a loop of asking, what if this fails? What if they judge me? What if I make the wrong decision? Those whispering voices are not protecting you. They are actively eroding you. The truth is, our arms are far too small to embrace the vast unpredictability of life. When you reach out trying to grasp and manipulate things entirely outside of your jurisdiction, you don't secure them. You only drain your own most precious life force. Imagine you are carrying an invisible backpack. Inside that backpack are heavy boulders, the boulder of expectation, the boulder of the fear of failure, the boulder of past mistakes, and the boulder of constantly wanting to please everyone. With each passing day, you pick up a few more stones and drop them in, and then you wonder why your steps feel so agonizingly heavy. Worrying and trying to control everything is like trying to swim upstream against a raging river, flailing your arms in panic just to keep from being swept away. It is painful. It is desperate. So what is the solution? The only way out is not trying to train your arms to swim harder. The way out is the beautiful art of surrender. Today, I want to invite you to make the greatest transfer your mind can ever make. Imagine slowly taking that backpack off and setting it down right at your feet, gently. Let go of the attachment to a perfect plan, the schedules you made, the goals you set for today, for this week. Allow them to be flexible. Flexibility is not a lack of discipline. It is leaving an open space for life to bring you unexpected opportunities. Let go of the fear regarding the outcome of a project, a pending decision, or a difficult conversation you have been avoiding. You can only master your own effort. You cannot force the result. And most importantly, let go of the invisible pressures of finances, of bills, of the exhausting hustle, of the feeling that you are somehow falling behind everyone else. I know the word surrender is easy to say, but practicing it is one of the hardest things for human nature. We fear that if we let go, everything will collapse. We mistakenly believe that letting go means giving up, being passive, or taking the coward's way out. But no, my friend, surrender is not the dropping of lazy hands. Surrender is the highest form of trust. It is an incredibly powerful form of rest. When you acknowledge your own limitations, that is the exact moment you open the door for a greater power to step in. Whatever you call that power, the universe, the creator, the natural flow of the Tao, believe that you do not have to walk alone into the unknown void of this new week. In the ancient wisdom of humanity, a message has always echoed through time. Trust, for there is a force going before you, leveling the rugged mountains, breaking down gates of bronze, and cutting through iron bars of stagnation. Those teachings carry a profound implication. You do not have to smash down every wall yourself. You do not have to force a closed door open, manipulate circumstances, or bend the will of others. When the time is right, the knots you thought impossible to untangle with your limited human mind will loosen in the most quiet, natural, and perfect way. So, in this moment, hand over the entire burden. Set down the guilt of feeling you are not good enough. Set down the disastrous scenarios your mind has painted for the future. Hand over the stagnant relationships, the unclear career paths, and the secret anxieties about your health or the health of those you love. Your job today is not to carry the weight of the world. Your job is to do your absolute best with what is right in front of you, with a light heart, and leave the rest to the greatness of life. When you truly believe the path ahead has already been cleared and prepared, your steps will no longer tremble with fear. They will echo with the rhythm of unshakable stability. Allow yourself to rest even while you are walking. True stillness is not the absence of the storm. It is your soul remaining safely anchored in the very center of it. Are you ready to let go of the steering wheel and allow peace to guide you toward a new perspective? We have just set down the heavy backpack of attachment and control. With our shoulders feeling lighter, it is time to learn how to view the path ahead through a completely new lens. You know, one of the greatest tragedies of the human mind is how often we misjudge the events unfolding in our lives. We tend to slap a terrible label on anything that deviates from our original plan, and a failure label on doors that unexpectedly slam shut right in front of us. But let's reframe this perspective together. Let's flip the lens. Have you ever looked back at your past and suddenly realized the day you thought you lost everything, losing a job, missing out on an opportunity you desperately wanted, or even the collapse of a relationship you believed was forever, was actually the exact starting point for a much more beautiful path you never dared to dream of? The truth is, not every closed door is a punishment. Sometimes a harsh rejection is actually your absolute best protection. When life doesn't give you what you want right now, it doesn't mean it is denying you. It might be stopping you from walking into a trap, or it might be preparing you for a much greater, more complete gift. Look at delays. In a world that worships speed, where everything must happen instantly, instant success, instant answers, instant results, we panic when we find ourselves standing still. If things are moving far too slowly for your expectations, do not rush to push them forward with sheer force. Forcing things only breeds bitter fruit. Just like a tree needs time to drive its roots deep into the earth before its branches can reach for the sun, a delay in your life might be the exact quiet season you need to build your inner resilience, sharpen your character, and prepare for much heavier responsibilities. Do not fear the waiting room. Trust in the perfect timing of all things. There is a massive misunderstanding about the concept of inner peace. Many people mistakenly think peace means idleness, standing on the sidelines, giving up and letting the world pass by, or escaping to a place where there are no problems. No, not at all. Genuine inner peace is not the absence of the storm. It is a strange, unshakable stability right in the eye of the hurricane. It is when you still work incredibly hard, still dive into difficult projects, still give your all to your family and career, but you do it all with a completely different mindset. A mindset entirely undisturbed by the fear of winning or losing. You take action because it is the right thing to do, not because you are desperately grasping for a specific outcome. That is the difference between rowing a boat with serenity and rowing a boat in sheer panic. The physical act of swinging the oar is the same, but the energy you project determines exactly where that boat will end up. So, instead of desperately begging for everything around you to become easy and smooth, instead of praying for all obstacles to magically vanish, today ask for something 1,000 times more valuable. Ask for clarity. Ask for the wisdom to recognize which paths are truly meant for you and which are just glittering, empty illusions. Ask for the keenness to grasp genuine opportunities, even when they come wrapped in very humble packaging. Ask for courage, the quiet courage to walk away from places, people, relationships, and projects that no longer align with your core values. It takes immense bravery to let go of things that look good on the surface, but are secretly draining your peace day by day. And finally, ask for a discerning heart. When you face difficult people, harsh criticism, or aggressive situations this week, ask for the ability to look past their bitterness and see the invisible wounds they are carrying. When you view the world through the eyes of compassion rather than judgment, you automatically free yourself from anger and resentment. You cannot change the direction of the wind, but you can absolutely adjust your sails. When your perspective shifts, the reality of every problem automatically transforms. The mountains blocking your way suddenly become stepping stones of challenge. Closed doors suddenly become directional signs. And right now, in the stillness of your mind, you are slowly finding the light that will guide your own path. By now, we have dismantled the burdens of control and replaced them with a new lens, the lens of trust and clarity. But you know, if we only let these fresh thoughts remain inside our heads, they are easily washed away the second you step back into the grinding reality out there, the moment your phone rings, or when a piece of bad news arrives. For true peace to take root and become your protective shield, we must bring it from the invisible realm of thought out into the light of reality. And the most powerful tool you possess right now, the very thing that can bend reality and forge your own energy, is your words. Our words carry the weight of life. What you repeatedly say to yourself every day are not just harmless sounds falling into the void. They are quietly shaping your belief system, shaping the atmosphere around you, and shaping how you respond to the world. If you constantly say, "I am exhausted," "I can't do this," "This week is going to be terrible," your mind will automatically hunt for every piece of evidence to make that your reality. Conversely, when you actively speak words of empowerment, you are performing a powerful ritual to reclaim sovereignty over your inner world. You are not denying the difficulties, but you are refusing to let those difficulties define who you are. So, for these next few quiet moments, I invite you to practice a small ritual with me. You don't have to speak out loud if it makes you uncomfortable. You can whisper them, or let these words ring clear and steady from deep within your mind. Either way, align your intention with every single syllable. Take a deep breath, drop your shoulders, and say this with me: I choose peace over panic. Let that statement soak into your body. When sudden troubles strike this week, when someone treats you unfairly, when a project hits a dead end, remember this exact moment. You have the right to choose how you react. You have the right to refuse participation in other people's chaos. Keep declaring this with me. I believe that every obstacle on my path is a stepping stone for my growth. You are no longer running from hardship. You look it dead in the eye and understand that it didn't come to destroy you, it came to refine you. Whether it's trouble at work or exhausting family dynamics, they all contain a lesson you need to learn in order to step up to a new level of strength. And one more time, engrave this deeply. I completely surrender. What is truly meant for me will never pass me by. This will free you from exhausting competition, from the fear of missing out, from the sting of jealousy when you see others advancing faster than you. Your path has already been prepared, tailor-made just for you, with perfect timing. You don't have to fight. You don't have to manipulate. You only need to do your best and trust the process. When you speak these words, you are not just praying or comforting yourself. You are setting a brand new energetic frequency for your living space. You are planting a seed of intention right in the middle of the chaos. And right now, if these declarations have touched a small corner of your soul, I invite you to do a tiny but deeply meaningful action. In the comments section of this video, leave the phrase that resonated with you the most, or simply write, "I choose peace." Don't just treat it as a casual tap on a keyboard. Treat it as your signature, confirming your commitment to yourself. A pledge that this week you will walk with a different mindset. Moreover, when you share your peace, you are helping to build a small, quiet, and safe community, a place where strangers from all over the world can find empathy and the strength to continue their own journeys. You have lit your own candle. Now, we will carry that light a little further, right before you actually open the door and step outside. We have walked together through the most precious, quiet moments of today, from acknowledging our truest exhaustion to courageously letting go of attachment, reframing our perspective and igniting our inner strength through powerful declarations. Now, before you truly step out of this safe space, before you throw open the doors to welcome the noise of the outside world, I want to leave you with a blessing. Not a blessing for a flawless, perfect week, because life simply doesn't operate that way, but a blessing for a week of unshakable stability that comes from within. I wish for you, whether you are heading to work, caring for your family, or facing difficult crossroads, to always maintain the clarity and peace we just planted together. May your legs be strong enough to step over the barriers, and your heart soft enough not to turn those barriers into bitterness. If today you happen to encounter a grumpy stranger, a difficult coworker, or a loved one carrying deep wounds, I hope you will not react with anger. Instead, I pray you have the grace to understand that behind their rough exterior are internal battles you cannot see. And who knows, perhaps your quiet, gentle presence is the exact antidote they desperately need in that moment. True peace doesn't just save you. It has the power to ripple out and soothe the turbulent souls around you. I also want to extend this circle of blessing to your family and the people you love. May your home always be the place where the storm stops at the door. If there are unresolved misunderstandings, financial burdens weighing heavy on the dinner table, or invisible distances stretching your relationships, I pray that connection, compassion, and small miracles will quietly weave into every corner, healing the fractures and bringing harmony. And finally, please remember, you are not walking alone. No matter what unexpected challenges today throws at you, no matter if there are moments you feel unsteady or doubt yourself, the quiet energy you have built over these past few minutes is still right there, inside of you. It is a solid anchor. You don't have to go searching for it anywhere else. Whenever you feel your heart racing with anxiety, whenever you want to give up under the pressure, remember this moment. Take a deep breath, close your eyes for 3 seconds and whisper to yourself, "I choose peace. Everything will be okay in its own way." The journey of this new week has truly begun. Carry this lightness into your smallest tasks, every word you speak, every touch. Work with dedication, but do not let the outcome steal your smile. Thank you for choosing to pause, for choosing to be present, and for helping me create this wonderful healing space. I hope that Vina Voice Gold will always be a peaceful resting stop, a place you can return to whenever you feel weary. If today's sharing brought you comfort, do not hesitate to send it to a friend or a loved one who needs a little extra strength. And please, leave a message or a small story in the comments, so we know we are still walking together on this train called life. Wishing you a new day, a new week filled with light, clarity, and love. I will see you in our next quiet moments together.